Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to do a little project, one-day project that's called Positive, Negative, Space, Paper Flip. You're going to receive a piece of paper, probably this color, probably. It is 10 inches across and 15 inches down. You're going to receive two contrasting colors in squares that are 5 inches by 5 inches. See? 5 inches. And 5 inches equals 10 inches. Alrighty. So first thing you do is you select an edge. Any of the 4 edges, really. And you put a dot about an inch away from the corner. All right? That is about an inch approximately. You do the same thing over here from that corner. So you want to put 2 dots along one of your square edges. I'm making them extra dark so that the camera shows it. Okay, now the fun part, you get to create a line shape that connects from one dot all the way around the paper to the other dot. What are the rules? Well, the only thing you have to worry about is, are you going to be able to cut that out later on? Don't make it too complicated at first, okay? And the other rule is don't go all the way to your edges. Stop short, try to stay away from those edges. So here we go. I'll do some curves and some straight lines. I stayed away from my edges. Gets a little close there, but not too bad. Right in there. Once you do that, you cut it out. Just take little bites with your scissors. Don't even try to cut with the tip of your scissors. Please just try to cut with that open mouth area, mostly. You're doing that sort of thing, okay? And you turn your paper, not your scissors. Lots of little bites, see that? You never really close your scissors all the way when you're cutting out a complicated shape like this. It's a nice straight line. Okay, the next step is to take what's left of your square. Still has those 3 straight edges, correct? This is a negative space, the background of an object. You're going to put that square all the way up here and line it up on your big paper so that it's touching that corner nice and flush. There's no bright green showing really, okay? Don't glue it down yet. All right, now this is the shape we removed. So to figure out where to put that shape, you place it right back in where it came from. You pick it up and you fold it back like it's the cover of a book or a page of a book. And that's where you're going to wind up eventually gluing it down. and get this really cool shape, right? Ta-da! All right, now we're gonna do it again. 2 dots about 1 inch away from your edge. Curves and pointy shapes. The more curves and zigzags and things that you have, the harder it is to cut out. Just remember, you might not want to do something with a dozen little zigzags if you don't like cutting shapes out. Okay, so here we have it. I want you to place this one at the very bottom, right in the bottom corner. See how that lines up there perfectly? Okay, same thing applies. Where are we going to put this guy? This is how you find out. You place it back in where it came from, and you pretend it's a book and you're opening up the cover. It goes that way. And like that. Great. We have one more to do. And I'll go ahead and do this one fast forward. So the dots would be here and here. They're pretty close together. Okay. This is your negative space. Place it right here. Put this right back inside, right where it came from. Open it like a book with the binding right there. And that's where it goes. And you'll notice that that straight line right there is going to fit right in there. And this straight line right here is going to fit right in here. See how those corners line up nice there? This one will fit right there. Beautiful corners, like diamonds or something, the way they're kitty corner from each other. And you glue it down. That's all. All right, boys and girls, if you're bored with this technique, this is easy for you. You can go on and do a more complicated positive, negative paper flip. This is how. We still haven't glued these down yet, so there's room to do one more cut out of each one of these. I'll show you how. Let's take this one, for instance. Okay, you can create 2 dots. I'll put this on here so you can see better. Okay, you can create 2 dots, one here, and create a new shape inside. But it can't touch the outside edges. It has to stay away from there. And you go ahead and cut. See me turning my paper? That's what I'm talking about. Don't try to turn your scissors. That's how you make a mistake and you cut something you don't want to cut. Okay, look at that. So we have our same old shape that we had before, but now we have a new dimension to it. Whoops. There we go. How are we going to glue this down? All right. Okay, put this guy back. It used to be right there. We'll just double check and make sure we're putting it the right place, that we don't have it upside down or something like that. Okay? You have to put it back in so it's fitting in, right? Just like we did before. But now we're flipping a smaller shape over like a book page or a book cover, and we would glue this one down right here. And what do we do with this? We repeat what we did over here. Okay, you put this little guy right back inside, and this time you open the page the other way. That's where you glue it. All right, we'll do it with the heart. This time it has to, this is the tricky part. This heart, our 2 dots, were right here and here. We've got to start with those 2 dots and do something inside of there. Okay, that's where it came out of. It's going to be a really interesting little shape, I think. All right. So let's put our heart back where it was to begin with. That's where it came from. And we flip it over. That's where it gets glued. Where are we going to put this guy? Is it like that? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's put it back in place. That's where it goes. That's where it came from. So you flip it the other way, as if the page is turning the other way, and you place it right there. And line everything up right there. Does that make sense? I sure hope so. That's cool, isn't it? All right, one last time. Put a couple dots along your same edge that you did before. What kind of shape should I do here? I'll do something that's big up here and not very big right in there. Little bump. Shape like that. Okay. Did this shape come from like that? Or let's see, like that. That's where it was. It used to go right in there. So we flip it like a book. And we place that straight line and that straight line right along where that straight line is. See, if I were to go like that, it goes snug right up against there. Okay, so that's where that gets glued. This little guy, where does it go? Let's check. There, that's where she came from. And we flip it over like a book. So it stays along that line right there. And that's where it gets glued down. You can just double check. You see how thick that is right there? That's how thick that yellow-green space is there. So this little space here has to be the same as that little space there. So you don't want to have it all the way over there, do you? You want to have it be just the right spot. And one of the indicators is right here, where these two are. They should line up. Okay? And where these two meet, they should touch each other. And that will pretty much guarantee that you're putting your littlest shape in there correctly. And done. Positive, negative space, paper flip.